Morning students, this is an introduction of corrosion and rancidity. So today we will understand these two terms. First of all, corrosion. How do we define corrosion? So corrosion is the process in which metals are eaten up gradually by the action of air, moisture or a chemical such as an acid on their surface. Corrosion is caused mainly by the oxidation of metals by oxygen. Rusting of iron metal is the most common form of corrosion. So, in case of iron metal, we call it rusting. For other metals, we use the term corrosion. So, basically, it is due to oxidation, that is, by the reaction of oxygen, or when the metal surface react with oxygen present in air. During the corrosion of iron, that is rusting of iron metal is oxidized by the oxygen of air in the presence of water to form hydrated iron 3 oxide called rust. So these are the two conditions for corrosion of iron or for the rusting of iron to take place. First is oxygen and second is water content, or we can say that rusting can take place only in moist air or in damp air, not in dry air. Now, corrosion. It weakens the iron and steel objects and structures such as railings, car bodies, bridges and ships, etc., and cuts short their life. So, how can we prevent corrosion? Now, I'll just show you two of these pictures where you can see how the corrosion of metals takes place. In the first picture, you see an iron lock. Here in this case, rusting has taken place. And in the second picture, these green objects that you see are actually the copper coins after their corrosion. You can even see the reddish brown metal in one of these coins, which is underneath this green coating. So this dull green coating develops when copper metal corrodes or when copper reacts with the atmospheric gases like carbon dioxide, water and the moisture in air, and it produces basic copper carbonate, and this basic copper carbonate is this green layer on the copper metal that you see here. Now let us see what is rancidity. This is also another form of oxidation. But here there is a difference. Here we see the oxidation of foods, especially those which contain oil and fats. So rancidity is a term generally used to denote a condition of unpleasant odors and flavors in foods resulting from deterioration in the fat or oil portion of a food. So we come across this in our daily lives also when fats or oil containing foods, they develop unpleasant smell and taste. If you taste the food, you can make out. So such a food is said to be rancid. So rancidity is also the process of oxidation of these foods. Or we can say that the food gets spoiled, it results in the spoilage of foods. So rancidity also can be of these three types which is shown here: hydrolytic rancidity, oxidative rancidity and microbial rancidity. Here in class 10, you are just introduced to the term rancidity, its causes and prevention. That is, how can we prevent rancidity of foods. Here there are some prevention measures. First of all, use of antioxidants. So antioxidants are added to foods to slow down oxidative deterioration. So these antioxidants, here we have examples of two antioxidants, these chemicals BHA and BHT. BHA stands for butylated hydroxyanisole and BHT for butylated hydroxytoluene. Now there are some more methods of prevention: vacuum packaging to keep oxygen out, adding inert gas such as nitrogen to the bag or to replace the oxygen. So basically we have to cut off the contact of foods with oxygen. Refrigeration will reduce the rate of most reactions that take part in rancidity. And packing food protected from light, or we can even use airtight containers like the one shown here in this picture, refrigerator. Then these chips packets are flushed with nitrogen gas, which is inert, and it acts as an antioxidant. Now, finally, we'll see how corrosion and rancidity differ from each other, though they are similar in this respect that both of them are a process of oxidation. Now, corrosion is related to the metals, while rancidity is related to foods. Corrosion consists of the contact of the metals with moisture and oxygen, while rancidity means the reaction of fats in food or oils in food with the oxygen. Also, rancidity is more rapid process than that of corrosion. So here we can see two main differences between corrosion and rancidity. The first thing is corrosion takes place in metals and rancidity is related to foods. Then corrosion is a slow process, or it is slower than rancidity, whereas rancidity is a fast process. And one similarity in both cases, there is oxidation taking place. So children, that's all about corrosion and rancidity, a short introduction to these two terms. Thank you.